I fixed Rise of Skywalker. I made Duel of the Fates. In the description is a link to the full, completely fixed Star Wars Episode 9 Rise of Skywalker. No Palpatine birthright, no Leia puppet, no fake outs, and a way better ending. I spent the last month cutting every single terrible moment from this movie. I even remade the title crawl. I changed the order of events. I completely recontextualized the beginning and ending of this movie. This movie will blow your mind and heal your soul. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to talk about why I fixed it and how I fixed it. So if you want a fully unspoiled version of this movie, follow the link and watch the movie. You don't even have to download it. You can just watch it directly on Mega. Now I would recommend watching it now, because any minute, Disney's evil fingers will swipe it off the internet. If it does go away, email me or leave a comment below, and I'll try to fix it, updating those links. Anyway, may the Force be with you. Enjoy the video. Why I fixed it. Ever since I was a kid, I always loved Star Wars. When adults asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I would say a Jedi. I memorized the Jedi code and I believed in the Force. As I got older, I began to idolize George Lucas, watching him on old VHS tapes. I would watch his interviews before the movie, over and over. I loved Phantom Menace. I enjoyed most of Attack of the Clones. And I still love Revenge of the Sith. I was a diehard fan, and all I wanted to do was make movies, to direct, to be like George Lucas. But as I got older, I began to see the seams, the cracks in the picture, all the flaws of Star Wars. Lucas was great at building worlds, but terrible at dialogue. He was a pioneer of film tech and VFX, but he sucked at directing actors. All these things came to a head, and the fans turned on him. He was so devastated that he sold it all to Disney, cashed in his chips, and that's when Star Wars changed. Force Awakens came out, and it was good. Kylo was awesome, Finn was interesting, Rey was a little overpowered, but there was a lot of potential, and I enjoyed every moment in the theater. Then I saw Last Jedi, and I still like it. It was divisive, and it pissed a lot of people off. So many critical eyes on a movie with a lot of problems, but I really like Kylo and Rey's story. So when Rise came out, I was tempering my expectations, but I wanted desperately for it to be good. I saw some leaks, and some were interesting, others were terrifying, but when I saw the movie, I was disappointed. I felt so off, like it was fighting the last one. It was long, it was corporate, and it felt like it was insulting me. And I absolutely hated the ending. But later, a script leaked, The Duel of the Fates. No one was sure if it was even real, and I still haven't seen the actual script, but the ideas inside were incredible. Kylo fought Darth Vader. Finn led an army of stormtroopers to break free of their chains. It was awesome. It started with a lightsaber guillotine. But now that I'm going back and I'm trying to fix all these movies, I thought I would shoot my shot. So here's how I fixed it. First, no Palpatine birthright. The entire theme of the trilogy up until this point was that anyone could be a Jedi. It's not about some magic blood or midichlorian count. It's a spiritual connection to the Force. Anyone who believes can tap into it. Just some people can do it easier. So making Rey a Palpatine destroys that. It makes the entire story about the same two families, about the Skywalkers and the one guy who may or may not have created Anakin Skywalker. So I removed it. And it was really easy. It's almost like it was added later. You can completely pluck it out and it's like nothing even happened. And now the story is about Rey struggling with whether or not she should take revenge on him. It's a lot like how Return of the Jedi was, where Luke was supposed to kill his father, but he couldn't do it. And just like in that one, Rey has to kill Kylo, but she just won't do it. It's much better now. Second, the stakes. The beginning of the movie is awful. The title crawl sucks, and the Palpatine reveal doesn't work. We already know he's back. That's a terrible start. So I remedied the situation. Boom, planet's destroyed. Leia's dead. Now we got a movie. Instead of a montage of Kylo killing a bunch of random people, a Star Destroyer flies in, boom, planet's gone, Leia's dead, and now Kylo is angry. The intro is now fixed. All it took was a different title crawl and rearranging some shots. No Leia puppet. When Carrie Fisher died, it was horrible. And I understand why they did what they did, but making a movie using a puppet of a dead person is wrong. It's immoral, and I don't care what tech they have. Someone's face belongs to them. And Disney extends copyright so they can own Mickey Mouse. They can own his face, and no one else can use it. But then when someone dies, they have the right to take that person's face? It should be illegal. So now, Leia dies at the beginning. And in the end, she uses the Force to save Kylo. Not kill herself to save him in some weird cutaway death. The fake-out bullshit. No more Chewie getting killed for no reason. No more C-3PO melodrama bullshit. Everyone, and I mean everyone, rolled their eyes at that. Rey blowing up Chewie's ship was amazing. And when it happened, I couldn't believe they actually went there. I remember when Chewie died in the books. So I was so proud of what they did. But 2 seconds later, he's alive, triumphant music, it's all saved. And they did the same thing with 3PO. I want to take just one last look at my friends. Bitch, you don't know them. When he gets his memory back, he literally says that he's about to go on Rey's first mission. They haven't spent any time together, and they've just kind of implied that they've spent time together without actually earning it. 3PO is just supposed to be a joke. He's supposed to be a comic relief. He's supposed to be the guy everybody hates. And they use the memory loss thing as a joke throughout the movie. But that sad moment where he desperately thinks, oh, all my memories are going to get lost, is useless because 2 seconds later it gets undercut by everyone not caring. So I cut it out of the movie. And I tried desperately to cut Chewie's fake death out of the movie. But it's so ingrained in the story that there weren't enough transitions to make it work. I cut him out originally, and then when they reveal that he is alive, there isn't enough footage to cut around it. So there's nothing I can do. The bullshit dagger. This dagger enraged me. At first, I wanted to yeet it out of the movie entirely. But when I looked closer, it almost works. Palpatine gives a Jedi hunter this dagger, and written on it in Sith is the location of the map of where to find him. It makes sense. It's basically just a note that says, go to the Death Star, and there's a map there. Alright, fine, that works. But then, there's this whole riddle about only this blade tells. And then when Rey's on the beach, she uses it as a sextant, like a little piece comes out, and she turns, and it leads to this cliffside. But that doesn't make any sense. They never actually use that cliff in any way. She literally just turns to look at a cliff, and then they ignore it, and she just walks inside the Death Star. Why couldn't it have just been a key for the door? Or just be the message? I mean, it's already important, because it's the weapon that murdered her parents. It doesn't need any more added to it. Now we know that a sextant went into her dad's chest. Ooh. Now it's just a clue, and it's the murder weapon that killed her parents. That's it. It's nothing more. The ending. Reylo kissing after they beat Palpatine? That's great. Kylo saving Rey using the Force to heal? Also great. But him dying? Why? I get it, tragedy. Healing makes you weak. But Palpatine just said that they are a dyad and they're more powerful than life itself. It literally heals him back to life, and then 5 seconds later, it can't heal Kylo? So Kylo dying at the end is bullshit. And the last line? Fuck this line. And I'm Rey Skywalker. Fuck that. Her making her own saber. Perfect. Her burying Luke and Leia's sabers. Also perfect. But then there's a random woman that just appears out of nowhere and says, what's your name? It's fucking stupid. I get that she had like a familial relationship with them. Like, Luke is her teacher. You don't change your name to your teacher's name. Luke didn't go, and my name's Luke Kenobi, because his dad was evil. Skywalker's an evil name. And Luke didn't even change it when he found out his dad killed babies. Cher has one name. Why can't Rey? Also, the point of the movie isn't that she is important and that her birthright matters. It's that anyone can use the Force and anyone matters, even if your parents are junk traders and you're worthless and you think that you're nothing. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what you make of yourself, what you become. So taking her blood and making that what's important about her and then saying it's not important is stupid. So now, in the end, love wins. So after all these problems, I thought the movie was unsalvageable. But I fixed it anyway, and I love how it turned out. If you cut all that stuff, you got yourself a decent movie. It's an hour and 50 minutes, and it's great. I love how much the original story borrows from Knights of the Old Republic. The dyad love story between Darkside Boy and Lightside Lady, that was great back then and it's great now. I love this movie now, and I'm looking forward to the future of Star Wars, ignoring all these annoying mistakes. Anyway, thanks for listening, and may the Force be with you. Bye.